before we begin Castlevania Symphony of the Night, let us start off from where it happened, from where I picked up. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. First, I woke up, I'm, getting knocked in from the Atlantic Ocean, and then this happened, and I remember the name Draken. So, yes, Draken from Power Rangers Legacy Wars Battle for the Grid, my other avatar, my other self, from Batman Arkham Knight, from that comic strip thumbnail, that, So, there you have it. It is obvious that it's not, it's not a joke. Oh no. So, he and I still want to go fisticuffs, but get this! Eugeo is in Koholint Island! That's right, he says he come to save both of us, but he's been here for quite some time, and it is his first time here, and he knows a way out, but we have to work together. So, if the only way to get out of here is to collect all the 8 wind instruments of the sirens to wake the windfish. It's the only way to get off, or else we're stuck here forever. It's either that, or get stuck in this island forever. Even if you try to swim somewhere, it's useless. It's completely pointless. So, we have to put our differences aside, if you want to know, so that is my guess. So, our first journey is now that we were in Mabe Village, of course, being woke up by Marin and Tarin, of course. We have to venture all the way to get our shield. So yeah, finally got ourselves a shield, and then we picked up a sword that is engraved with our name on it. Who knew? So, after that, we have to get the tail key from the mysterious forest. So, if we try to sprinkle magic powder on a talking raccoon, it could work! So, it did! And we finally got something called the tail key, so we finally head back south of Mabe Village and all the way to the Tail Cave. So there is a mini-boss and a main boss. As because since Eugeo explained that raccoon that we sprinkled magic powder was Tarin, he's now okay. So time to head to the Tail Cave. He mentioned about the rock's feather, so getting the wind instrument will help us restore my memories, and that means we all share. The teamwork is what will get us there for all of us. So yeah. And finally, we got the instrument, the wind instrument that we need to get. And I remember Snake. And if you remember on that video part from Marvel's Spider-Man where Snake was grabbed by this huge mechanical arm, he was trying to protect me. That is what he was doing. That is what he was doing all this time. And now that we got our first wind instrument of the sirens, we're going back to Mabe Village. But something happened while we were gone in the Tail Cave. The children are saying that Bow Wow is kidnapped by moblins, and Madame Meow Meow is the owner of that chomp, if you want to know. The moblins who took Bow Wow is living up in northwest, northeast. I should really, it says say northeast, northwest up there, but it's up north, within the northwest of the island. And guess what, my own character, Gino /Leo/Oscar, telling to Draken to take care of Bow Wow. After all, he rescued him and we all fought the Moblin boss. Besides, he deserved the credit to save Bow Wow. So he says, let's go rescue Bow Wow before he changes his mind. And you want me to take care of this chump. So, using the chomp named Bow Wow will help us clear a path to get to the Bottle Grotto. And Eugeo really likes to see this. I know it's not easy for us to get along, but he does care the both of us, and we have to get along, and he knows that we have to do this. One way or another, we have to do this, all three of us together. And it seems keeping Bow Wow was a great idea to get into the Bottle Grotto in the first place to defeat that clown genie. Now, getting the second wind instrument, we finally remember something else. I was trained under by Snake with Miki. That's right. Ocelot was guiding me on how to be a diamond dog under all that training. I was called Gino, then I was called under another name. It was called Oscar Carreño, and Miki was called Karai, which were code names. It is important to go under code names, and that's what Snake given me. So the Bottle Grotto. So this was... Yeah, the Dark Alliance knew about it in the first place, but there is something more, something else entirely before we continue when we continue on. So yeah, Snake Guide with my guide Ocelot. I was trained under Snake with my guide Ocelot. Miki was with me. She's from Japan, and we were both given code names. Definitely, as I remember all of this. Finally, we got a reward from Madame Meow Meow. Of course, Draken is going to take the credit, and Madame Meow Meow gave Draken a kiss! And he was experiencing gratitude. He's starting to experiencing a change inside him. Like, of course, he's kind of looks like me, talks like me, walks like me, but the different type of character. But he is starting to change, went from villain to anti-hero to become slowly turning into a hero. Now that we have to... Now all that's left now, right next to go, is to get the third wind instrument. We have to go to Canelet Castle from the plains. The plains in Koholint Island. And in Canelet Castle, we have to ask, we've got to find a name, Richard. Richard's hut or something like that, or Richard's house. We have to find 5 golden leaves, and we'll all get the cavern key. Well, he won't give us the cavern key, but he will reveal us a secret tunnel that will lead us to get to the cavern. That'll get us to the to collect the cavern key. That'll take us to the key cavern. Wonder how we will know from what's coming? Who knows? That's gratitude for you, Draken, or Draken. You did something that you chose for yourself, and it is gratitude. He's starting to become a hero, slowly but surely, and it's going to say, slowly we turn. That's right. More monsters and more bosses by getting the third wind instrument of the Sirens. Draken asked the question that how we were able to get the Dark. How do I get the Dark Alliance to join me? Did they persuade me, or they want me to know the truth? However, ask why I got the Dark Alliance to join me is I never wanted to know the truth about my biological parents in the first place, or what you saw on Paper Mario Z, which is a great Let's Play of Paper Mario, but I call it Paper Mario Z, which thanks to Ruben, who came up with the idea. That's your idea, Ruben, and you made the great idea, which is brilliant. Paper Mario Z abridged. Wow. And that is how, if you want to see the rest of it, you'll check out what happened. So he did make a decision on something. When I was with Snake and Mickey, we went on a mission to stop an assassin by the name of Quiet. Of course, Miller and Ocelot were arguing that how do I do what I do with the assassin named Quiet? Do I spare her life or do I kill her off? The question, the answer I had to show was mercy. I spare Quiet and showed her mercy. Snake and Mickey knew that I had potential, that something in me was more than just a diamond dog. Something was inside me that changed the whole picture of being a diamond dog. Snake and Mickey were absolutely impressed. I know Mickey has a really high IQ. But of course she does care about me very, truly much. And Eugeo knew that in his heart that he spared the Dark Alliance to save them, like I spared Quiet, the assassin from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. It just goes to show you, I show mercy to those who try to take me out or try to destroy me, because I know there is a part of them wants to be free from something, while others have no reason at all. In front of their eyes, or in their heart or mind, or showing what kind of feeling they do. Well, back in the present time, the Alliance right here, from where I'm at, as you can see on this comic strip thumbnail, is Cyborg Superman. That's right. Because, after what happened at the end, when Doomsday kind of KO'd me, when my powers are nearly drained, because of Mr. Negative, that I had to walk into it, and because of him, all my powers were nearly gone, and I had one last shot, and then, Doomsday KO'd me, and then I was mostly dead, but slightly alive, landed in the Atlantic Ocean. Somewhere in the Atlantic, and I was gone for like several weeks, and then I came back like 2 to 3 weeks later as someone else, and I'm called Cyborg Superman, who is a cyborg with Kryptonian parts. They don't recognize me first because they have seen a ghost. He says, I'll give you a hint. I'm Gino, and I'm a cyborg with Kryptonian parts. I remember everything. My bio and legal parents, my friends, family, and everything. All of it. And the Alliance, all of it, like Shadow Glitter Dream, Asuna, Lady Queen, Karai, and Sailor Moon, Serena, or Usagi, whichever works. Yeah, they were all so excited to see me. They heard about my death, and Asuna was broken at first. And now that she knows that I'm back, she doesn't want me to leave me out of my sight, cyborg or not. And she'll do whatever it takes to help you, to help me, because, wow, that is aggressive. Same thing goes for Lady Queen, who doesn't want me to die because it pains her too much. And she also doesn't want to leave me out of my sight. Same thing goes for Karai, that I will, I promise I must not die that many times, because most of them were on a planetary mission, if you want to know, called Reach. That's right. Does that name sound familiar? Like Halo Reach? Only it's a planet, but this time think of this Reach as like Asgard, but only like the 7 realms with the name of Reach in it, because that is like the planetary mission, but a planet that's not a planet, but it's round, but in the realm of a planet, but it's not a planet within a planet, or not a planet. You get the idea, but that's way later, but just way later, if you want to know. So yeah, be on watch. And Sailor Moon said something, you said you wanted a harem, it will happen. And guess what? That wish is gonna come true, but only except that I am Cyborg Superman. They have no idea where I came from. All I remember is that he's a cyborg with Kryptonian parts. And he tells me that Yumehara was turned into stone. The original Yumehara Nozomi is like, what? She's turned to stone because of Mr. Negative, aka Martin Lee, kind of have a contingency plan. If his powers were gone, one who was kind of absolutely close to me from way back then in Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, would be turned into stone. How is that fair? Martin Lee doesn't play fair, does he? So he thinks if I'm not happy, that one person will be turned to stone and I don't care? Really? What kind of stupid idiot that he doesn't care if he knows how much he lost his parents, that he will never get them back. He knows how much I lost too. But instead he's broken. He's a broken down person who ends up back in... Oh my gosh. Back in the raft. Again. The raft. Think of that place as like Arkham Asylum. Which it is, if you want to know. We're surprised that I kind of look like the Terminator, which I do look like very much. But at least they'll be glad. I mean, I know I'm missing some of the skin grafts, but then again, I am Cyborg Superman. But they know that I am back. However, I told them that I felt a power level about 2 weeks ago, and it was Doomsday, and he's at Cadmus. I asked them that we have to make an assault quickly. And I'll have to hurtle its body into deep space for myself and come back. What was Cadmus thinking? Bringing back Doomsday? I mean, they're trying to recuperate Doomsday back, but he is in... he is slightly alive, but he's not fully... But he's not awake, if you want to know. Right now, he's in stasis. That he's asleep, but slowly recovering. I think bringing Doomsday to use as a insurance policy for a contingency plan is not gonna work with what it happened, or what it going to be seemingly happen. We had to take down Doomsday and Cadmus. It was the only way to stop Doomsday's revival. We have to, so I have to take Doomsday out of planet Earth and hurtle its body into deep space, straight to the asteroid field, and kill it off. And that's exactly what happened to Doomsday. Was never heard or being seen from, or heard of, or seen of ever again. Thanks to the Alliance and Cyborg Superman. and along with the Dark Alliance, of course. Now, back to Koholint Island. I said, so Draken was taking it back when he was called Isaac, because Marin wanted to see Draken out of his Power Ranger suit, because my own character, Avatar, along with my other character named Isaac, who's now being called by that name, because Marin wanted to see his real face. Only he could do that. Draken could. She does like him somehow. She is smart, funny, and beautiful, and really nice. But getting the fourth instrument, and finally defeating a boss, a mini boss, and a main boss in the Angler's Tunnel. So, another piece of memory remembrance. Remember what happened when we spared well, first there was a bogey that was chasing us somewhere around in the Indian Ocean. And then all of a sudden we had to try to take it down to prevent it from following us back to Mother Base. And then finally, Quiet came out of nowhere. And then with the help of Snake and Quiet, finally taking down that bogey that was flying so fast. And it absolutely worked. We took down that bogey and it was gone. Remember when I said about sparing Quiet? And how I spared the Dark Alliance, who finally showed me what has happened. That this type of truth that set me free from what was worth it, by telling me about my biological parents and those from the Alliance, or some of them, who were absolutely holding out on me for hiding the truth. By hiding this from me was not the smartest, but that, if you want to hear that again, you can go back from that live stream what I talked about, or watch it from the comic strip thumbnails on the Alliance board. I remember saying Quiet is special on how to blend in. Miller wasn't too happy, but Snake, Miki, and Ocelot saw that I gave Quiet redemption. So, I did remember Eugeo telling us that if we collect more than collect halfway there or of the wind instruments or more, he will tell us both that where did he come from in the first place. Draken is starting to have a change of heart, or should I say, giving him by the name Isaac, which I gave him that name, which means laughter. And it fits him perfectly. Isaac is a great name for him. He took care of Bow Wow and saved him, had a chat with Marin and with us, and he is having a change of heart. This is not my different kind of version of Draken, of my other self, if you want to know. Giving the Dark Alliance a second chance for redemption is what I gave Quiet a second chance for redemption. Eugeo is smart on how bosses work in dungeons to find their weak spots, you know. I asked him, do you like the name Isaac? Because it's a perfect name. He says he does like it. He says, I'll take the Power Ranger suit off, but not just yet. He'll do that later on. But he is beginning to change that he never felt before. If he is going to change who he is, that he will become, he will do it. It's time to get the next wind instrument. But first, they're going to have to get the flippers to swim in the sea, or from places they could not swim. Eugeo told him to keep his identity a secret, since he's going to be called Isaac from now on, definitely. and it's going to work out. And he is not the same person as he was before. He is now starting to become the new person that he never been to. And that is becoming the hero that he's turning into. Another boss at the Catfish's Maw is tricky. That they need a hook shot. And getting it back from the Skeleton Knight mini boss first, if you remember. And you're looking at why is the Eradicator on the comic strip thumbnail? And you're wondering, he's actually a part of this. The Eradicator was in somewhere around a city or a metropolis, but he's looking for someone under one person who was given orders to him. How is the Eradicator fit in? He was searching for someone. I said I remember the Eradicator, but it's from the past. He was given orders by someone to save me, but I was picked up by someone first. I was an infant. Which, that is going to be explained kind of later on. I promise you that. That one person was looking for me. And the Eradicator was hired by this one person who loved me so much that this person was desperately looking for me, and the Eradicator was looking for me under the orders of one special person who gave birth to me, or that I was given in birth, or if you want to know. So that is what it is. Was Goku Black worried on this? You might say yes, but who knows? Does Goku Black kinda know about the Eradicator? Not much, but was he worried about what's gonna happen? Who knows? So here's my own character, remembering more and more because of the wind instruments. Miki, my girlfriend, wanted to marry me in our sophomore year and to have lots of children. A human Vocaloid she is, and never had no biological parents any whatsoever. And in fact, she doesn't know where she come from, but she met me. A human Vocaloid who's not a cyborg, not an android, not a robot ever. Nothing. The closest to a guardian was Snake. So we all went to Japan and married the woman of my dreams as Diamond Dogs. And some of the Diamond Dogs, other men of Diamond Dogs might have been jealous. It was, sometimes you have that wow moment, like, oh gosh, how lucky is that guy? So yeah, because of she wore a wedding dress and all that. The memories of Miki must have been important to me, because she looks like Hatsune Miku, but as a full human Vocaloid. Unbelievable. Once we were inside a small temple to try to get the face key, there was a message. It says something about a dream world bubble, that this island is nothing but an illusion. A dream world bubble cast away. So, we're stuck in a dream world of an illusion? Yes, a bubble on a needle. If for all who collects these 8 instruments and wake up the windfish, the entire island, everything what you see, smell, taste, hear, touch, taste, items, everything what you grab and feel and what it is and truly is, will vanish, everything like a bubble on a needle. Even if we try to cast away, how will that work? You can't! Complicated, but there's the fact on what it is in the ultimate Arkhamverse, if you want to know. Awaken the Dreamer. Now this is where, not in a good way, that comes to happen. Goku Black, Cypher, XOF, and Skullface. Goku Black was so furious. I know my biological father, he may be corrupted, but kind of, I don't know why. Maybe once upon a time he was never corrupted, but a slight part of him wanted to have a son who is going to be the most powerful demigod of all of the entire universe, or in all creation, or whatsoever, that will surpass my biological father and my mom, Rosalina. He says he won't stand for this. It disgusts him that he marries Miki, who's a human Vocaloid. I'm not sure that Miki... I know Miki's a human, but is she, like, immortal or not? I mean, Goku Black, or should I say Zamasu, only assumed on his term that he believes in that fact that Miki is not a demigod or whatsoever, because very little known about it. However, she does have the high Q. Like, how does she create something this advanced in technology and all this funds from Diamond Dogs? It is like, that is completely insane. Yeah, that is really insane. So he said he'd rather see Skullface do away with Miki, and he said my son will understand what it means to be in true justice. How does that work if it's so-called justice? Do you think because he believes that one thing, while Skullface, Cypher, and XOF don't have like the same thing from what Goku Black, but almost similar, but a little different. Not the same, but a little different. Almost, but a little different. So after that, the Zero Mortal plan is going to go according to his design completely. And because of that, they killed off Miki because XOF, Skullface, and Cypher found Mother Base and destroyed it 9 years ago. And that is in the 1970s. Before I say I'm in the 1980s first. 9 years ago is where I started going like this. Skullface went from this to a powerful monster named Broly. She said she was and as Broly, I said the name Kakarot. Without her, I'm nothing. Because of you, Kakarot. And yeah, Goku Black said this is not what he wanted. This is not what he wanted. He can't control him. He is a lot more powerful than he is. Super Saiyan Berserk. Went from normal size to 10 to 12 feet as a Super Saiyan Berserk legend. And it is... He thought he was able to be defeated with so little power from what he has in store. He says he's going to... And, you know, me, as Broly say, I'll destroy this planet and all around me, starting with the ultimate Arkham universe. Everything. Going through traveling dimensions around from the Dragon Ball universe to Japanese anime and anything that comes across within me. When you killed off someone that you love, that he was going to give lots of children and he'll never be the father he always wanted, you get something entirely different. You get chaos. You get no control. You get no off button. That power is overflowing. You get Super Saiyan Berserk Broly. And that is me. Skullface. Cypher. XOF. They said crying over a lost loved one will not give me the strength, and I will never see her again because of that terrible, from that terrible strike when Cypher, XOF, and Skullface found Mother Base and destroyed it 9 years ago. They made a terrible mistake. And there is no off button. They made a terrible mistake. Instead, they brought me this as Broly. What were they thinking? How stupid are they? What kind of idea would they come up with? Instead of this and that, they get truly this that becomes a person who's going to destroy everything around him, including Mother Base. Snake has to do something fast. He knows that power that he has never seen anything like it, and I cannot be stopped ever. The Life Essence shot made by Miki is made by Miki herself, and her essence of it, along with parts of what is in of her soul, the DNA, bloodline, whichever works best. And it can make a difference, and he has to time it right to fire one shot. One shot is all it takes to take me down with the Life Essence shot to go for. He took the Essence shot and fired for the timing right, straight at me, and turned from a complete Super Saiyan Berserk Legend monster to normal. Yeah. Because of what happened, they killed off the woman I ever loved. And because of that, I became a devil. I was gonna be a everything that what I had in mind, because they destroyed everything that they ever hoped for, and I'll never get it back, because what they did they think is okay with them, but not to me. They'll never understand. You can't do that, or else things will go from bad to worse. They think that's the right idea. It's not! Miki always says that I was so cute. We had both turtle doves. She gave me more items. She gave me the names like Rin, Luca, Miko, Kaito, Len, Kasane, Akita, Yawane, and Aya. And we were gonna have Vocaloid children. And more than just Vocaloid children, other heroes to grow up and follow my path because I was gonna be a dad. But instead, I became a devil and I lost the woman I ever loved. I've been holding on to this memory for a really long time because I couldn't let go, and because I've now finally remembered it. Snake only did this to save me with Miki's life essence, which is now a part of me forever, of that blue hair of mine. That's why I have blue hair. Because a part of Miki's life essence now resides me forever. When he fired that essence shot, that Super Saiyan power Berserk is gone forever. Like it never existed. It is gone. And yes, Drake is out of that suit, and it's now right there from what you're seeing. He is now called Isaac. I was out of my universal home when Snake saved my life if he didn't take that shot at me, the entire Ultimate Arkhamverse would have been in great peril and would have been destroyed in the near future. So that's why I ended up in Dragon Ball Xenoverse having no memories of what happened. Nothing. Zilch, nada. Completely wiped clean off from what I remember of what has happened. Now we need to find the bird key and go to the Eagle's Tower. And now that I'm back in the Ultimate Arkham universe, or the Ultimate Arkhamverse is what I call it, this is my home, and also everyone's home. I'm a new man. Completely new. I will always be a diamond dog. I will always will be. It was before I found the Alliance. The Dark Alliance was formed by Goku Black, and the Alliance was created second before I found a name. That is how I ended up in the Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Going to stop the main boss and get the 7th instrument. The boss told us that we were in in his dream. What dream? The Windfish, of course. So we have touching the 7th instrument. We get but instead of I know we're having more memories, but this time it's a vision of the future, trying to extract Dr. Emmerich out of Afghanistan by running away from a Sahelanthropus. The question is, why was Isaac on this one? And that is Snake, and why the future? How I was able to take down the Chopper's minigun? That is quite the feat, or the feature. That's something that is wanted how to go into bravery or chivalry. The World of Color is for those who want to remember. That's from Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening in the DX version. So nobody has been to the World of Color since it's brand new. Perhaps they will get a new reward, or a type of reward. Who knows? They may like it. So yeah. So Eugeo was going to tell us is he going to tell us where did he come from? So since we have more than half the instruments, he says he comes from the future. His mission is to save both of us, me and Isaac, and helping us to get off Koholint Island. And he didn't know he would get trapped in the dream world himself, if you want to know. Now that he cleared up, the last wind instrument is in Turtle Rock, and they are ready to go. That's why he ended up here. He came in first, trying to study as much as he can, and then we came in shortly after. So I'm guessing he ended up reading in a library. So I'm pretty sure that made him, speed up in progress, or up to date, or in progress. And this comic strip thumbnail, as you can see, Lady Rhea, of course, finally got the 8th instrument, but I wanted Isaac to touch it because he gets deserving to have redemption. She says this, and how did he ended up here? And she said everything all right, and she called his name Isaac, and she knows his suffering, and she waited this to wake up back in Mother Base. However, Isaac does not have the strength to stay awake. He has to sleep. But Lady Rhea will take care of him and wait for him and myself, Gino/Oscar/Leo, to wake up as well. And he also and Isaac now carry the sword of the Creator and deserve a second chance in life. So sound, serene, and calm. Isaac couldn't believe that he wanted to have the last wind instrument of the sirens. And then he says, okay, then I'll do it. And this is how it happened. He's a new man, a changed person. Everything from what he had in store for, he's now a completely changed, different person. To take that moment. Isaac will now have a great future. Draken, who's now a changed person, now called Isaac, is now becoming the hero he willed to be. To atone for his mistakes and what he done is to help out myself. That's how it is. A last meeting to go with Eugeo, finally gathering all the weight in wind instruments. The last and final battle facing the nightmares. Of course, I'm sorry about it says Wired, if you want to know. I will edit out and try to rename that. It says Wired instead of Weird. So forgive me if that happens. I'm sorry. But it will in the near future when I put up in the Alliance board for comic strip thumbnails. I'm sorry, no one's perfect, but I will re-edit in the near future of that when you go on the typing of the name. I am gonna miss Eugeo, but I'm hopefully this will not be the last time I see him. And Eugeo calls it the New Alliance. Really, the New Alliance. I told Isaac I wanted to come with you, but I will come back shortly. And there's something that I remember something else. Then Isaac's like, all right, what will I tell Snake and Lady Rhea? Tell them that I will come back shortly. And says, okay, I trust you, but please come back. And here's everyone who wants to know for. He says, Isaac, thank you for helping. Gino, I wanted to tell you, I'll miss you, Father. That's right. Eugeo is this guy's this right here. You know, Eugeo is my son, my very son. And yes, it is, and thanks to Austin Lawrence, it absolutely works. Eugeo is my son. Really. And you think it's Asana's son? No, it's not, because I don't think, to be honest, I don't believe that would work. It's someone else from SAO, Sword Art Online. I'm not going to say who it is, but I'm going to keep that until the near future. I'm pretty sure I may know who it is, so you'll have to wait for that for another time, because Eugeo may play an important part in Gino's life, along with a person who is he married to, if you want to know. And as you can see right here in this comic strip thumbnail, so I was kind of up to speed, waking up and all that, and Snake telling me that I did great for helping me to get Dr. Emmerich. So it did happen! A vision of the future of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, tactical espionage operations, if you want to remember. I know that I know we haven't introduced yet when we took off to Afghanistan, which he remembers clearly the part on what it is, if you want to know. So that makes really great sense. He wants to know what timeline or year. Says this is the 1980s. So I ended up in Mother Base because my character, Gino / Leo / Oscar, wanted to wish Isaac out of imprisonment and end up in Mother Base instead, with the hands of Lady Rhea right here, who's in Mother Base as well. So yeah, in the 1980s. Definitely in the 1980s. This here is, yeah, Lady Rhea and she helped Snake to find me, my character, me. He said it wasn't easy, but he found him with Lady Rhea's help. But that Banshee scream, what he heard, if you remember about that Banshee scream back in a video from Marvel's Spider-Man, that was something that he kind of never heard from before. It's Lavos. Why is he back? Why did he make that Banshee scream? And he did mention it is this scream, or what we heard is it's a weapon that surpasses Metal Gear. And he knows that, and this is not, he knows it's not another nuke. It's not. It's something else. So what is something to do with that from that Devil's Breath project? It was they said it's man-made, but that's a later topic because I know that's connected with Lavos, so I'll give you that. I know that Isaac said he doesn't know why he'd get a second chance, but it seems it's okay. A second chance in life that Lady Rhea told finally would help him on the right path. So finally he's going to get rid. So with something, even though with the help of Snake, he had to have that Chopper's minigun to fire at that Sahelanthropus, which absolutely worked. And that is what happened in the future. Rescuing Dr. Emmerich and giving him extraction to get out of Afghanistan completely. Lady Rhea was right when she said Gina wished for Isaac to be woken up in Mother Base. And she has no doubt that I made that wish. That Isaac does deserve a second chance in life completely. Nothing's gonna get easier, but Isaac is ready to do more training on the job. And he will definitely be on the job, I'll give you that. How about I do a little change of music if you want to know? Why? Because I can do that. So, by the power invested in me, even though we're not gonna time skip, sort of, but kind of, but not quite, I am going to say a little bit differently. Instead of saying time skip, I'm going to say music change. So here we go. By the power invested in me, we are going to music change. All right. So now when I said music change, I mean music change. So get used to it. Woo! But enough of that. So, as you can see in the next comic strip thumbnail from After Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening in high definition, I'm still remembering that I became Peter Pan. Remember when I said about the Eradicator has not found me? Also, guess who's in that comic strip thumbnail besides me and those of my childhood friends on the Ultimate Arkhamverse? So, yes. If you want to know, that is Quinella from Sword Art Online Alicization. But you know, you get the idea. Oh, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that name. Forgive me. No one's perfect. So, once again, also that eye's in double words. I will have to edit of the comic strip in the near future, so please forgive me. I will do that because no one's perfect. I remember saying that this is the place that I remember that I was an infant and ran away because the Eradicator was kind of close, but Tinkerbell found me and saved me. I was called Peter. She taught me how to fly. When I was a little older, I remember that I wanted to have some friends that are not from Neverland besides Tink. Emily, Azura, Emily from, Glitter Force, Azura from Fire Emblem Fates, and Miki. Miki was so in love with me first as a human Vocaloid. She doesn't know where she come from. And like I said, no bio parents. If I ever get back, I better ask Emily and Azura why. So Rufio, I remember him. The Lost Boys with Emily, Azura, and also Miki. And yes, Quinella, not only she's seeing from the memories from when I became Peter Pan, but also from Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, and she was hiding in secret completely. Yes, I mean, it is beyond without a doubt. So, she can see my dreams. She says I carry a lot of names. I was called Gino first, Peter second, Oscar third. Of course, she knows the name Leo very, very much because my legal parents called me that. I escaped from the dream world, regaining my precious memories of how I came to Neverland in the first place. This was before I came into Diamond Dogs. Quinella. Finding my happy thoughts. She didn't choose me randomly. No. She did not. She chose me because there was something in me that she knows for a purpose. She has a very single, strong, strict, or purpose, whichever works, my favor or your favor whatsoever, or something that she has in mind. She finds it very interesting in me, very, very much. I don't know why, but she seems very interesting to me so much. Yeah, I remember crowing like a rooster, like it was my calling card, fighting pirates off in Neverland with the help of Rufio and the Lost Boys, Emily, Miki, and Azura, along in the first Lost Girls, and we all had to rescue Yumehara being kidnapped by pirates. Yes, from Pretty Cure 5 A Go-Go. I was able to rescue her, which is fortunate, but the adventure was not over. Hook was never going to stop me from getting his revenge. I called him a codfish, very much, since he is one. My happy thought, 3 days to find it. What was my happy thought? As you can tell from what Quinella just spoke, that she knows I crow like a rooster, not an ordinary person that I grew up to be. She knows that I got spirit, that she likes that in a person. Seeing me with the friends who are the Lost Boys and now the first Lost Girls. She knows I have friends like Yumehara and those and everything from what I said about the Alliance. Must have given a love interest, especially the love of my life, Miki. Hook wasn't going to stop. I have not quit. That one happy thought that I wanted to become a father. That's why I wanted to become a father, and Miki wanted to marry me to have lots of children. That was my happy thought. My happy thought was to become a dad. A really good dad. To have lots of children with the love of my life. But instead, it took it all away from me. I got my wish, but all of that was taken away from me because of Goku Black, XOF, Cypher, and Skullface. Took that all away from me because they think it's a great idea to kill off the love of my life. And Goku Black is happy about this? Does he really believe that I would finally see true justice against the ones who killed off the love of my life? And Goku Black is happy? I wasn't. Instead, I became something entirely different. Turned into Broly from the height of 10 to 12 feet and became a devil. And everything around me, from timeline to dimension, from timeline to timeline, or whichever works. Quinella knows my pain and sorrow so well. She absolutely knows my pain, my sorrow, the loneliness, how I turn into a Super Saiyan Berserker, everything she knows about my past, like she sees everything entirely. It is absolutely completely dramatically, emotionally, slice of life, slice of comedy, and it is all the works in one. I know the other young ladies were jealous, of course. I never wanted to remember, but when I gather all those 8 wind instruments, I remember everything from what a part of me in the past that got to me. And it's that one happy thought. I wanted to become a father. And Quinella knows that if I get that happy thought back again, that's a later time. So yeah, Quinella knows Goku Black, my biological father. I know he is corrupted, but he was never, but for that lifetime back then, I'm sure he was not that corrupted way back then. If everyone says crocodile, I will edit out. I'm sorry, forgive me, but I will. I mean, it's like right there on your left. So that's my fault. Oh, no one's perfect, but I will edit and put it in the near future in the Alliance board. I'll give you that. So, I was going to finish off Hook, and he won't stop, and I won't stop. Hook won't stop until he's gone. Rufio wasn't able to stop Hook, but I did able to avenge his death. Took down Hook, but Hook was taken down and eaten by a crocodile. No more codfish. After that, I told the Lost Boys that someone has to take place in my stead. And for that, I chose one of them. And I told them to look after. And then who do I look after for those? As I looked after the ones who are smaller than you, especially the never bugs, little ones, and those who are not. Besides never bugs, look after the ones that are smaller than you. For those who look up to you like you are the hero. That's why she said. And I said that I never went back to Neverland. I've wanted to marry Miki and become a father so that Hook will never come back. A human Vocaloid, Mickey. Snake found me flying when I left Neverland, when I decided that I wanted to marry Mickey, that I wanted to be with her and to marry her in the near future when I was a little older. It happened. However, Quinella did say there will be a prophecy. The Eradicator will save me. And he is going to play a part that he will be in the Ultimate Arkhamverse. Same thing goes for Cyborg Superman. That's right. Cyborg Superman. He will play a part of this. The Eradicator will play a part of this. Cyborg Superman, who looks like me, will play a part of this. Isaac will play a part in this. My character will play a part of this. The New Alliance, not called the New Alliance just yet, will play a part of this. Everything will fall into place in the Ultimate Arkhamverse. This will not be the last time seeing Quinella. And if you can see from the last part of the sentence, I says, I feel something. Of course, I took Emily, Azura, and Yumehara home and took Miki with me. And I said I felt something like someone's kissing me. So it's awkward, but it feels warm. Who is it? Someone from Mother Base is doing that. So, you want to know who it is? Well, guess what? It's none other than her! That's right! It's... oh my gosh. Fallen Lucina, or just Lucina Fallen, but she's kind of a fallen character. Snake knows that I'm finally awake, and he heard the news that I am awake. So Isaac is ready to go to Central Africa and getting materials along with a special item that's inside. So yeah, Lucina, and, you know, me, Oscar, well, you know, my avatar character right here, will be in Mother Base to pick up any special information from that until we give intel. And guess what? We got intel. Wondering, Isaac knows where is Lady Rhea gone to. Gone to use the time machine. So yeah. So finally, we got the materials and bringing back from Mother Base, and it says, and it's a Firebird and a mirror, a Phoenix mirror, a Phoenix Firebird mirror, a Phoenix mirror from Shenmue 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, what's it doing in the 1980s anyway? And why is it back in this, like, a few years? Lucina, yeah, the wondering who kissed me, it's her. Yeah, that was her. She said she doesn't want to let me fall. Yeah, that person. Wow. So now that I'm back, I have to train with Snake. Of course, when she kissed me while I was asleep, she wanted to tell that she loved me. She doesn't want to lose me ever again. Again. So something must have happened from back then, or from somewhere along with, I'm thinking of somewhere during my missions as a diamond dog. She was trying to feed me goat's milk, and Hilda was cheering on if I woke up. So she wanted to come and watch as I turned my skills. Wow, Hilda finally, yeah, got pulled from the time from now being on Mother Base. She says she likes it. Of course, she likes the color pink, and she doesn't mind putting some accessories around Mother Base. Like, oh, okay, that'll work. So, Mother Base is not that bad, and she likes the color pink that's around it. She says she doesn't mind them decorating. Like, okay, we'll make Mother Base as a home, like a home away from home. Hooray! Train in the martial arts, finally in doing some marksman shooting, training the martial arts like jujitsu, karate, kung fu, taekwondo, and also, oh yeah, Thai kickboxing. He says we were going to go to mainland China. But before we go to mainland China, I have to, do some training around here before we go to mainland China. On the next comic strip thumbnail, that Isaac and Hilda were chosen to go on a mission to go into the year of 2552 on Halo 3 ODST. So, Lady Rhea told us that our mission is to go to the future that we'll have to encounter with the UNSC forces along with the Alliance. So the Alliance still exists and the alternate story timeline, and it's also a part of the Ultimate Arkhamverse. So, and Miller says Miller wants to bring back a bioengineer to Mother Base. That's what Lady Reyes says in the year 2552. She said if it's an invasion of something that's to come, you must inform me. So yeah, and Hilda will go along with me. I'll have to meet someone from the Alliance, and that is none other than Lissa from Fire Emblem Awakening and Fire Emblem Warriors. 3 weeks since we volunteered as troops with the ODST, the Orbital Drop Shock Troopers. How did we ever get How did we ever get separated from our allies? Because that subspace rupture from the New Covenant Order, if you want to remember, completely. At least we're on a mission. Our friend Lissa did meet us in joining up. So, our target is heading to New Mombasa. So yeah, New Mombasa, a place you kind of find things lurking around here. So yeah, I mean, Lissa knows we're from the main timeline, joining up on a mission with friends. So just me, Hilda, me, Isaac, my other main character, Hilda von Goneril, and from Fire Emblem Three Houses, and Lissa from Fire Emblem Awakening. So this is not going to be an easy mission to come into the future. This takes place between Halos 2 and Halo 3, if you want to know. So yes, the New Covenant Order has already happened, if you want to know. Destroying UNSC, the Alliance, and trying to get rid of the Elites, if you want to remember that as well. Lissa says she knows that this alternate future can be troubling, but there is always hope. So a soldier who stands tall with UNSC and the Alliance, and that his name is the Master Chief, but his real name is Leo, who's called Gino and John. She said Dr. Halsey operated him from the future and was in cryosleep for 500 years because Why? Thanks to Mr. Negative, aka Martin Lee and Akuma, they changed the future because what happened back in Mega Man X7? They thought it's a great idea. It's not! In that alternate future timeline, they got themselves killed, but it was too late to change it all back. Too little, too late, and they got themselves killed by the hands of the Covenant. They should have not changed the future, but instead they are too stupid because they realized they should have not do that, and it is too late. Lissa says that he's going to have the biggest family that he's going to have, and it will keep on growing. And she is one of those women who married him while I was in cryo sleep. I did find, so yeah, the Master Chief, which is me, and Dr. Halsey operated me from the future. Cryo sleep for 500 years, waking up in the Pillar of Autumn, with the members of the Dark Alliance now working with the Alliance of Combination. It is all together. Remember when I say half the about, which I'll get to it later. One big family to grow with lots of children and descendants. A broken drone finally crashed, and yes, I'm starting to become quite the detective. One of our allies with the ODST made it out 5.5 hours ago, and I bet we will find more. Hilda was absolutely kind of impressed that I know my stuff as a detective. So, any wonder who are the allies in this alternate timeline era? I'm pretty sure they're gonna find out. Big family that Hilda knows, like, that's really huge to have a really big family of that size, and it continues to grow. The NCO, the New Covenant Order, moving around New Mombasa. Yeah, they don't have time to take breaks, I'll give you that. What do I do in this timeline as the Master Chief? Well, was able to pull off with the help of both alliances to destroy a Halo ring, if you want to know. Renee, people like Renee, Luca Megurine, Kurumi Tokisaki. Yeah, she's immortal. Yeah, 500 years in the future, and she has not aged one bit. Like, yeah, that's really good from Data Live. Wow! Lady Queen and Shadow Glitter Lucky and Shadow Glitter Dream. Unbelievable. Were doing their best to keep me alive, and found another drone, this time in Kazingo Boulevard. That's Isaac. Dutch, Mickey, and the two other allies went that way 4.5 hours ago. I don't think we have visors. Pulling is something big to destroy a Halo ring that they all work together as one. If you see my Halo Combat Evolved Let's Play, it's there. But that Let's Play was, how do I say this? Goes to my real legal father, Javier. It was all, and this was for him, which I'll never forget. Now, back to the fight against the NCO. Once again, Isaac has found something, a remote detonator that was already used. There was a bridge there, but our friends and allies have to retreat over there. Looking at that explosion, it was 30 minutes later, so it happened like 4 hours ago. Isaac wanted to know, when did it come to this? I remember when I said about Akuma and Mr. Negative came to the headquarters? They attacked Leo. My character! The Dark Alliance made their move, but the Covenant showed up like shortly after. They were destroying everything and were looking to find me to use me as a weapon. both alliances joined after this. About half the alliance died en Reach several months ago. Half the alliance died en Reach. It was devastating. Completely devastating. Nothing will ever bring them back. If they try to use Dragon Balls, the Covenant is going to pick it up a signal. It's like, oh, we should get Dragon Balls so we can make our own wishes. Like, what? No, not a good idea. The moment they're going to start using Dragon Balls, they're going to pick up an energy signature, and they'll be there in less than, oh my gosh, 5 minutes or less. So I wouldn't count on it. Yeah, and Isaac knows that I'm sure this is partly his fault. And he knows this. He kind of knows that in giving out one last order to Akuma and Mr. Negative. He knows how she feels and everything. But what he can do and what they can all do is to save as many as they all can, starting with our friends and allies. They have to move quickly. Hilda said that is, yeah, Hilda knows it was terrible. That's something like this that she never knew it would come to like this way before. Yeah, those two didn't do this, none of this would have happened. Doing our very best to find allies and friends won't be easy. But how to try to put aside of our hate, our loneliness, our disposition, our suffering. So how do we have to... It's not earned by privilege, but in suffering to how to stay alive and friends and allies to keep them safe. Because they all care and everyone cares. Another clue, and this time it's a bent sniper rifle. He tries to prod it down with a steel rod. Remember, Isaac doesn't have any powers. I'll have a pretty good guess of how it happened. Said after taking off, they were going to pick up Sergeant Gummy Buck or Gummy Bear. That ship that Dutch and Mickey were on got shot down. They were able to make it out of the crash along with our allies. The sniper rifle must have belonged to Romeo. Took place up on the roof of New Mombasa Police Department headquarters about 3 hours ago. So yeah, who was the main leader of the alliance? And guess, and Lissa said Yumehara Nozomi. Like, really? And she's called Shadow Glitter Dream. She's the combined version of the original and Dark Glitter Dream, but now she's called Shadow Glitter Dream and combined into one. It must be tough to come down all the way from the top of the police department on top, way up in the building. Yeah, Yumehara Nozomi was passed on. That leadership was Karai, the main leader of the Alliance. Both the original and the Dark Alliance. This is how it happened. So, like her, she's also married me while I was in cryo sleep. And Karai did pass on that leadership to her ever since Reach was scorched in flames. Yeah, everything burns. And when Isaac know that name, Yumehara Nozomi, he's like, he was shocked completely. Still wondering who our allies with the ODST is. I'm guessing they want to know who are those allies who've fallen off those pods with the orbital drop shock troopers. And they're going to find out sooner or later, but it won't be long until they finally get to the last clue. So, Isaac is starting to get the hang of this little investigating. Getting their visors on, he spot a biofoam canister. And there it is. They all three found it. They went that way to escape detection from the new Covenant order. And it happened about 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago. You'd be surprised if they stole a phantom to get out of there. So, nothing else. But they heard an audio transmission. Completely. But before they hear that audio transmission, Alyssa said something about Alyssa said Karai chose the women who will marry Leo and create a dynasty, and they didn't object to it. Some were jealous, but women from both alliances will defend and help Gino, including those who are left. And finally they picked up the audio, and it was Dare. She said she's on the lower sub-levels, which means they're alive. A great dynasty to have Gino getting married, those women giving birth to provide them for a better future is what they all wanted. I think they say it's better to be safe than be sorry, because the Covenant will not stop, including now it's called the New Covenant Order. Yeah, for a guy who's a Master Chief like me, who is me, I have a lot of ladies who will provide. Now that we picked up the audio, as you can see, we move on to those who are being found, who are allies, who are with on the orbital drop shock troopers. And guess who it is again? Eugeo's back! But this time with someone else, along with two other characters from the alternate future on the Halo series. Glitter Breeze and the Zeo Gold Ranger, Tray of Triforia. So Lady Rhea wants to know, have we been found what we're looking for? And I said we do. Don't let villainy go unpunished, and she prays for the both of us to return safe back. I got the footage while paying attention from or hearing this. It seems that most of the new Mombasa police was kind of corrupted, or fully corrupted. It's just beyond my imagination. When the new Covenant Order attacked. So, yeah. Finally, going to the sub-levels, we found Dare, but Dare was looking for something to help out to win this war, or something that will help it, or something that will help to find a way. It was Virgil, the bioengineer Virgil, who lives in New Mombasa, who is the superintendent the whole time. So, Trey, Chloe, Alice, and Eugeo. Yes, and Alice and Eugeo are a couple in this future. So yeah, they're perfect as the perfect couple to go out and, when boyfriend-girlfriend thing. And definitely that'll work. So they're all thinking the same thing. So definitely. Finally, the whole enchilada's back together, or the gang or allies are all back together again in this in this part of this storyline, remember, both the future and both the alternate and the main stories are connected. They are truly connected in the Ultimate Arkhamverse because of Akuma and Mr. Negative's fault. It's their fault. So Lady Rhea has told us that we have to defend Virgil at all costs. Is able to help out all dimensions, eras, and time periods to bring him back to Mother Base. And most of all, we don't want Virgil to be strapped in a remote controlled collar bomb like those brutes put them on for some reason. If that happens, guess what'll happen for those in that alternate timeline from what they'll do next to those in other dimensions before they found the Ark, or after, or when they found or before or during when they found the Ark. Isaac said Eugeo, he remembers, but this Eugeo, he says hi to him. I'm guessing this is a Eugeo not on the main story timeline, but in the alternate story timeline. He thought this is the same Eugeo, but this Eugeo is in the alternate story timeline, not the main one. This one's the alternate, along with Alice. Very, very much, because Alice is the captain being led to, who is under following orders from ODST, who gives orders to those helping out from here. So Dare and Sergeant Gummy Bear said we all need to get to the rendezvous point for pickup, then all protect Virgil first, then we'll bring it home to our time. So they'll be keeping Virgil for about over a month or so, but hopefully we'll bring him, once their job is complete, we can bring Virgil back to Mother Base. That way, because that will be the place that the Covenant will be least expecting to show. The least. Which means they'll have no clue where he's at. He'll be safe at Mother Base, because that is the safest place that he will be going to. As you can see, that's Virgil right there. Pretty sure you saw in the other comic strip thumbnail. That's Virgil. The bioengineer. We told Alice, Eugeo, Trey of Triforia, and Chloe were from a different timeline in a different dimension. Protect Virgil like Alice protected Eugeo and everyone. Eugeo wanted to protect everyone else as well. His brothers, Kazuto, Oscar, Leo, my dad, that would be me as the Master Chief. His girlfriend Alice, my mom, that is going to be, like I said, that's going to be way later because it's a Sword Art Online character that I'm married to. It's not Asuna, it's someone else. But I am married to Asuna, who gave birth to a son named Kazuto. So, yeah, or Kirito, which works that way. So, definitely, that works. That is how, calls me Dad very much. We take him to Dimension, and they'll be ready for reinforcements. Remember when I say that those in the main story timeline are coming into the alternate story timeline that will happen in the near future. It is connected, and it will happen. But you will see it soon. I'm not saying you won't, but you will see it soon. That how it comes connected like this is to stop the new Covenant order. And that is how they found the Ark. Saving all dimensions, all realities, and all the time periods. That is how will it work. That is how we'll be able to keep Virgil safe and all realities in both the main story and the alternate future must be safe and away from the hands against the new covenant order and that monstrous leader. And once again, I wouldn't. So this time we're going on a side ops mission. So I was ready for going on a side ops mission, so yeah. And this time to destroy enemy infantry. This is my real test. Going to Central Africa to rescue the prisoner first and eliminate the heavy infantry. That's what Snake told me. I'm ready to prove that I'm serious, and I'm ready that my training will be hard knocks or whichever comes first. Thanks to D-Dog. He became really great. After sneaking quietly without being seen. And Lucina will be on telecoms. She says if I spot any mines, disarm them carefully, and and guess what? I did disarm some mines, and she was absolutely impressed. My true test is gonna be next, and she's gonna be coming with me. And Raiden, as you can see from Injustice 2 from Mortal Kombat, is gonna be watching me or coming with me. So yeah. So yeah, so this kind of takes place. So Lady Rhea was working hard with Isaac and Hilda. That was like this was during Halo 3 ODST while I was in training to go on a side ops mission. So yeah, this happens at the same time. So this takes place both at the same time. Halo 3 and the side ops mission going with Snake. And that happens completely, if you want to know. C says, once I return, my true test will begin in China with the Phoenix Mirror. And Lucina is going to go with me, along with another ally from the main timeline. So, who is that other ally who is going to go with me in the main timeline? Who is that? Since I'm in the 1980s with Lucina, of course, she's the fallen character, but she doesn't want to lose me ever. Of course, I'll tell you a little bit later what will happen. There it is. So yes. So Lucina said that Brayden brought in someone from the timeline, our timeline, the present main timeline, to bring someone into the 1980s, and that person is Ray. R-A-Y. Yes. Two different names. Ray. This is R-A-Y. From the Dark Alliance. Like, which Ray is that? I mean, I thought... So... Brayden doesn't... I'm not sure if Ray knows the difference. So, yeah, I do know this person. Yes. She was really worried, wants to know what I was doing. She wanted to see me in action, and Snake will be watching my progress while doing from this side ops mission what I can do. So yeah, the original Alliance or the Dark, it's from the Dark Alliance if you want to know. So yes, Raiden chose you to be with me. I mean, work with me. Yeah, let me see in action. So she want to see me watching how I do well, but So, yeah, I wanted to know what is going on with the original Alliance and the Dark Alliance. So, there's this cyborg who looks like me, but he has a big S on him. He kind of looks like me, but he's called Cyborg Superman. Like, what? Yeah, there's a person who looks just like me, but it's not Isaac. It's Cyborg Superman, who is in the present timeline. That's not in the 1980s. I wonder what's he doing, since he has my memories, knows who I am, on all the stuff, the works, everything. It's just completely beyond without a doubt. Well, if she wanted to see me in action, why not? I mean, that's gonna be, yeah. She knows that I am the original Gino / Leo / Oscar, and the other one is the cyborg with Kryptonian parts that looks like the Terminator, if you want to know. So that is why the others were so happy to see me. They thought they saw a ghost, but they don't recognize me. And finally I said that name. And it's absolutely shocking from what I'm hearing. It's like, how is this possible that this person who looks just like me, who is a cyborg, and like I said, Cyborg Superman who looks just like me will play a big part, including the Eradicator, the Alliance, the original Alliance, the Dark Alliance, including those from Mother Base, will play a big part because the prophecy will be fulfilled. So, find that power invested in me. Here's something you might want to hear for. And guess what? Just to do a time skip right about now. Before they were going to China, something is called upon. Leo sees something on another mission, and this time it was a mission inside a castle. He'll have to go to this one. He wants to go solo this time, with the help of Richter Belmont back in 1792. But little did they know for what is about to do, or what will they become. Fighting off against Dracula to restore peace back in Transylvania. When the Reaper calls your name, Dracula has fallen. When the Reaper calls your name, the time is up and peace restored. That's something that goes along with it. When the Reaper calls your name, they'll never know what's coming to them, and never return to hence where they came. Our main heroes, those from one of each. One from Castlevania, one from the main story, and the other from the alternate story. Both timelines are connected or one and the same. The three main heroes will do whatever it takes until the Reaper calls their name. But it won't stop them when they face the fears and let bravery take over, and showing light at the end of the tunnel. Stopping Dracula once again, and those who are living inside the castle. What has become of our two main heroes of Richter and Leo? when the Reaper calls your name, Dracula, you will know. You will rest in peace. Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and guess what? I'm back from recording videos like this, and it is so great to be back. Welcome to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, a new Let's Play right here on Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. So, oh my gosh, I miss each and every one of you guys that I wanted to record videos, and this is absolutely amazing. So, warning. The part of this game is rated T for teen because of the blood and violence. So viewer discretion is advised. This game is not KID friendly at all. Never was, never had, never will. This game is rated T for teen, and this is Alliance Teen. And this is a part of the ultimate Arkhamverse. I would like to thank to one person that I really enjoy very, very much. And that, my friends, his name is Austin Lawrence. That's right, Austin Lawrence. If you're watching this, Austin, I can't thank you enough for you being my co-host and all, that you've done a great job. And I know it's like, when you have been there for me ever since you came into my channel, and then start becoming not just a moderator, but also my co-host of my entire channel as a manager. And you are fantastic. You're doing a fantastic job. I cannot thank you enough. So, I mean, it is absolutely amazing. Not only I thank you, but everyone thanks you as well of my entire channel of Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. And you are one of a kind, and I cannot express how to put in words of my of gratitude. So yeah. Oh wow. So, all right, let's begin. Journey back to 1792 and the Transylvanian countryside of Romania. I was all set back at Mother Base from the 1980s, so I had to time travel back to 1792. It seems that Dracula was going to finish what he started, or should I say, Richter Belmont was going to finish what he started. This was taking place near the end of Rondo of Blood. I was sent to investigate by Mother Base, with thanks to Snake and Lady Rhea. Snake told me if I go, this is an easy solo mission for me. But something tells me this victory will come very great and sweet. And you're going to wonder why on the comic strip thumbnail to see why is it what you saw. Bloodlines. So Castlevania Requiem is only a PlayStation 4 exclusive only, and might be on PS5 for those who have a PS4 and a PS5 can like lock into, how do I say this, synchronization, whatever that works. Also, the Castlevania Symphony of the Night is available on Xbox 360. It's also available on the PS3, I think. And guess what? It's available on the Google and Apple stores. That's right. Google and Apple stores. So, the voice actor who voices Richter Belmont is the same voice actor from Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle and from Blaze Blue games and from Fire Emblem Awakening, who voices the male Robin. It's David Vincent. The voice actor who voices Dracula is Ragnar the Blood Edge, and also who directed the game of Fire Emblem Three Houses. And he's also from Fire Emblem Fates. It's Patrick Sates. He's also from Power Rangers Super Mega Force, the video game. That's right, Patrick Sates. I kind of did not know he was in his own voice acting. He was kind of a bit of a sailor mouth, but to be honest, he's kind of I don't know. He might be a nice guy in real life. I mean, I met voice actors who does Japanese anime for voice acting and from the English dubbing. Oh yeah! By the way, he voices Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. Who knew? Ha ha! By the way, we have an expert on Castlevania games, and that is none other than, or the history, Austin Lawrence. So if anybody have questions about Castlevania history, you can ask Austin Lawrence if he has the time to tell you. I mean, I know he's a fanfic on does fanfics of SAO routes, including, so yeah. And this is how he got inspired when about the Ultimate Arkhamverse thing. So I am saying I'm not ashamed. I'm actually really happy. So my own avatar character does not know about the new Nexus. Of what you're seeing on the comic strip thumbnail, and you see Alucard and my own character, and plus Isaac is there, my other character Isaac, and guess who's another character by the name of the Noble Spartan from Halo Reach. Like, what's he doing there? So, yes, the alternate story timeline and the main story connected with one. I mean, so why is this castle making a transection in time all of a sudden between back in the 1980s here on Earth and back on Planet Reach? It's like some kind of open portal for some reason. And you're wondering, what does this have to do with me? So, well, my own character's there, and then Isaac, my other avatar character is there, along with the Noble Spartan, Noble 6 from Halo Reach. So here we go. It's time to confront Dracula once and for all and get him out of here forever!
Dracula, die now and leave this world. You'll never belong here.
Oh, but this world invited me. Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
What?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy! You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
Ha! Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them, then, and die for their sins!
Bring it! I'm not afraid! My mother's a better fighter than you. I may not have any powers, but I am capable of mixed martial arts and training from what it is worth. Of course, Dracula is a part of the new Nexus. However, I don't know about the new Nexus if you want to know. I said I do, but for the time being, my own character does not. Oh! I'm gonna whip you good. Like whipped cream. You think it's funny, huh?
Feel true power.
Keep laughing. You ain't got long enough. Your treachery ends here and now. Great! It's a demon bat! Bring it! You are losing!
Impossible! Not this time!
Count Dracula had risen with the aid of the Dark Priest Shaft to menace humanity once again. The legendary vampire hunter, Richter Belmont, stood against him and at last brought him down. However, 4 years later, on a glaring full moon night, Richter mysteriously vanished. Maria Renard set out to find him, but knew not where to begin. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces struggled for the soul of a man named Alucard. He who had once fought alongside Richter Belmont against his own immortal father, Count Dracula himself. To purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber. But now, he awakens to the cackles of evil and cries of the innocent. The eternal battle of good and evil has come full circle once more. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who will emerge victorious.
And that's how it happened that I never came back ever since. However, this guy appeared along with some friends. It seems his journey back from Castlevania is starting to begin along with a couple of others. Things are not gonna get easy. Now we begin the journey right here. Oh, no you don't. Level up. Somehow, back in Mother Base, I never came back. They knew something was wrong, so they sent my other character from where I'm at, back at Mother Base, and it went to investigate. However, somehow Mother Base was not expecting an unexpected help for the noble Spartan. So, yeah, that is something forward to look to, isn't it? And this is episode 1. So, once again, the following of this game is rated T for teen because of the blood and violence. So, this game is not KID friendly, never was, never had, never will, and this is Alliance Teen. They're going to discover who is the new Nexus here inside a castle from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This game takes a huge grind. I guess that's why they call it the Lone Wolf. Back. Down. Woo. Cloth tunic. Since Isaac does not have any powers at all, just like my other character doesn't have any at all. Look at that! Shortcut! Again with the shortcut. Merman! Yes, and for those who say, are you the real game master? No. I'm not. I'm not. Oh! Ooh. By the way, this shows how much experience and the next experience and how much gold you have. So there you have it. Bye, Wolf. Alright. That's good. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Ever the insolent boy. But there will be no games here. If you will not behave, be gone.
I will do neither. Step aside, old man.
Such arrogance. Very well. But I shall see you very soon.
For a guy who stole all his equipment, that sure is cheating. But I wouldn't call it cheating anyways. So, all the equipment is gone. It's because, well, thanks to death for that guy, he doesn't play fair. It seems there's no way to contact Mother Base or others with the noble Spartan and Isaac and Alucard. Of course, Alucard doesn't mind for the help. Oh! What do you know? A short sword. And I am right-handed. Woo. Red rust. It's so rusty. Obtain cube of Zoe. Don't ask why you call it a cube of Zoe. It's there for a reason. That's why it's there for a reason. By the way, I love this theme song which is Alucard's theme song, very much, and also from Castlevania Judgment. Very well done. There is a save point right here. You can save at any time. Still wondering. My own character never came back. Ever. Never came back since shortly after the defeat of Dracula, and he just never came back. So this is why the Snake had sent Isaac to go find him with the help of the noble Spartan from Halo Reach, both the alternate and the main story timelines together, with helping Alucard. He doesn't mind for the help. The Alchemy Laboratory. Since all their stuff is stolen from Death himself, they don't take too it doesn't take too kindly from what happened, or both of them, if you want to know. Hide Curus. Ooh. That can work. I don't have a shield, if you want to know. Out! Aha! Yes! Leather shield! Works really good. Low defense. Got it. Short sword works really well. Ah, loser. By the way, the voice actor who voices Alucard is Spider-Man. Did he brought his web shooters, or did he brought his Falchion who voices Marth? Where's his Omnitrix from Ben 10 Alien Force? Come on, man! Where is it? You didn't bring your Omnitrix and it was stolen along with your Falchion and your web shooters, which you are Spider-Man? What is the matter with you, Yuri Lowenthal? Oh, that's right. You do voice acting. You're a great voice actor. You do Japanese anime, DC, well, I think, and Marvel. So yeah, that is awesome sauce. And by the way, where is your, don't you have your Sharingan when you say Chidori? Or, you know, you are Sasuke Uchiha, of course. Whoop. That's a lot of hearts. All right. Out. Resist thunder. There's some medicinal items, like, if you want to know. Uh-oh. Ah! I've heard of medicinal items, but that was ridiculous. Luther! Ha-ha! Get lost! These puzzle-solving clues are gonna be very hectic. Alright. Very good. Cloth cape. Ooh. Something to wear. Cloth cape. No. Well, made but shabby looking. Well, that hurts. Yes! Got it! Ah! Why did I land into a spiky trap? And... loser. No! Ha 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 ha, loser! Ha ha ha! Get lost, Wimpy! Seems this entire castle is not gonna be... Ah! Great! Ah! I think I got poisoned, but I don't think my health is draining. Just weakened attacks. Somehow he's immune. Okay, he's poisoned, but immune to poison, but not losing health, which is like... that is so weird. But we are going to stop here for the time being. And don't you worry, we are going to pick up from where we left off. And we'll do a double take of 2 episodes for the price of 1 in 1 whole day. So, there you have it. As your friendly neighborhood superhero who takes chances, making mistakes, and getting messy, who likes peanut butter and chocolate at breakfast for dinner, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, truth, and justice. And see you guys next time for more of the ultimate Arkhamverse in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Until then, have a good night to flap your wings.